From inside the gym at Leominster High School, we say a very good Tuesday evening, everyone, and welcome to high school basketball here on RFM. Great to have you, whether you're joining us on YouTube, Facebook Live, or Twitch tonight on your favorite device of choice. As we say happy Valentine's Day to one and all, snuggle up with your sweetheart and get ready for basketball courtside. Because lucky me, I get to, as we get ready for action tonight. Leominster plays host to Shrewsbury in a mid-watch league battle. Leominster comes in with an 8-7 record on the wrong side of recent play. And meanwhile, for the Colonials, 4-12 on the season and also on the wrong side of where they want to be in recent weeks as well. Leominster most recently coming off of a loss on Friday, February 10th on the road at arch rival Fitchburg by a 41-38 score. Shrewsbury's last game, same Friday night, February the 10th, home against Algonquin, a 60-52 8-point loss. 3 losses in a row for the Colonials at Waltham, at Neshoba, and home against Algonquin. Got to go all the way back to Tuesday, January 31st for Wednesday, February 1st at Burncoat, a 55-44 win for Shrewsbury in February for the Colonials. Leominster and Shrewsbury getting ready to do battle as we welcome you to our courtside broadcast position on this Valentine's Day. Todd Robbins joined alongside my forever Valentine, Kate Robbins, joining me here courtside tonight, and great to have you along with us. Bill Thomas is on assignment at Daytona. He'll have updates for us on the motorsports end of things when he returns. We also welcome those of you joining us on Leominster TV in delay here following up this action tonight. Leominster and Shrewsbury should be a great matchup. Both teams absolutely have to have it for varying reasons. For Shrewsbury, 4-12 pretty much guarantees they won't earn enough wins to get themselves into the statewide postseason. So their 2 postseasons coming up. One of them's right here on the floor tonight in this matchup against Leominster with a chance to play spoiler, and then the mid-watch tournament coming up next week. And Kate, Leominster and Shrewsbury, I think the first thing that stands out to me tonight is sort of just how empty this building is. It tells you the struggles these two teams have been having on what typically would be a packed night here inside the gym.
You're absolutely right about that. I mean, it sounds like here at the gym at Leominster High School, it's fair weather fans only. So it's not packed right now. Shrewsbury usually travels a heck of a lot better than this as well, so not a ton of people in the building. It's still a few minutes until we have tip, but it does show you some of the struggles. Leominster came out absolutely gangbusters at the beginning of their season, and crowds were hefty at that point in time. But right now, as you said, they're not out of it. They're still in the playoff mix. They're still a very good team. It's just that you don't necessarily know on the offensive end of things what version of Leominster High School boys basketball is going to show up on a given night.
If you look at Leominster's last 6 games, they've lost 4 out of their last 6, and that is an unusual rate when you pace that against what has been the rest of the year. The other note for, of course, the size of the crowd tonight would be for such a moment to also be potentially on the cusp of that evening. And, of course, that is the 1,000-point watch, which I am referring to, as Leominster's Justin Dada looks to become just the second male athlete in school and program history to reach the 1,000-point career mark all time. Dada starts the night 19 points away, 981 career. He is the second all-time scorer behind Ryan Turbide, who had 1,136 when he eclipsed 1,000 and became the first boys athlete to do it here at Leominster. And Kate, I mean, a moment like this usually also brings out the crowd. It's a Leominster moment, and I know, hey, things happen. It's Valentine's Day night, which can always, eat into the crowd. But
I'm excited to be here on my
I was going to say, all I know is that I've got the world's best date when your wife's willing to come to a broadcast on Valentine's night here courtside tonight. So we're looking forward to having that action for you coming up. And Kate, let's take a look at the 1,000-point club as it stands in Leominster. Of course, the first athlete to do it was back in 1988, Lauren Hatfield, 1,162, a Leominster Hall of Famer. That took all the way to 2001 until another Leominster athlete got over 1,000 points in basketball. Kerry Conway, another Hall of Famer, 1,169. Then Lindsay Delakiai, class of 2004, 1,150. Also a Hall of Famer. Then you go to 2011, and Ryan Turbide does it, 1,136. I don't believe a Hall of Famer yet, but that should be on the doorstep. He has the most points in a single game all time, as well does Ryan have the most program points all time for Leominster as well. So that is certainly something to consider. And then you go to Quinn O'Connell, who did it in 2014 for Leominster, and we were able to get that number, although not in time for the graphic. We do have that number now. 1,051 career points for Quinn O'Connell. Then class of 2018, Riley Skinner does it, 1,154, and that is the all-time 1,000-point club here in Leominster. Kate, I'm not ignoring you.
Sorry.
There is something that has got your attention.
I'm enamored right now because do you know who Shrewsbury's next game is against this week on the 17th?
I should. Off the top of my head, I do not, but it is St. John's.
Okay, so top row all the way across, not in a button-down short-sleeve shirt.
Or
Never seen
Oxford.
it before in my whole life. The St. John's Pioneers head coach in the building scouting for his game on the 17th. Still in red.
A legend blending in.
But I am
incognito.
enamored by what I'm seeing on the other side of the court. I'm so excited right now.
We've got Leominster and Shrewsbury for you. We'll set the matchup for you coming up in a matter of moments. Starting lineups, national anthem, and then tip-off. Leominster and Shrewsbury. Leominster sorely needing a win to break the skid. Shrewsbury definitively needing it as well. We'll have all that action for you, plus the chase for 1,000. Can Justin Dada get over the hump tonight? We'll find out here on RFM and with our partners in delay at Leominster TV right after this.
A very good evening, fans, and welcome to the gym at Leominster High School for tonight's varsity basketball matchup featuring the Shrewsbury Colonials and your Leominster Bruins. Tonight's contest is sanctioned by the National Interscholastic Athletic Association, the Midland Wachusett League, and the competing institutions. Fans, join us as we back the NFHS initiative to bench bad behavior by positively supporting the hard work of student athletes, coaches, and contest officials. Be loud, be proud, be positive. Thank you. It's time now to meet tonight's starting lineups, beginning with the visiting Shrewsbury Colonials. A senior, number 2, Cam Zahir. A senior, number 1, Scott Hannon. A sophomore, number 3, Jack Christopher. A junior, number 24, Jake Hennigan. And a freshman, number 34, Will Tonelli. The Colonials are coached by Adrian Machado, assisted by Marcus Watson, Jerry Namasaki, and Lee Diamantopoulos. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Leominster Bruins. At guard, a junior, number 4, Terrence Weapon. At guard, a senior, number 11, Justin Dada. At forward, a senior, number 21, Ricky Encarnacion. At guard, a sophomore, number 22, Jaden Johnson. And at forward, a senior, number 44, Chase Hawes. The Bruins are coached by Perry Crutchfield in his 7th season, assisted by Justin Dada and John Portillo. Fans, we ask now that you and remove your caps as we honor America and those defending our freedom with the singing of our national anthem. Tonight, by Hannah Hartman.
And with that, we're ready for basketball here inside the gym at Leominster High School tonight. It's Leominster and Shrewsbury ready to do battle. Leominster coming in with a record of 8-7, and the Colonials 4-12. And a minor jersey correction, Kate. We were given 34 before the game. It is 33 for Will Tonelli, for those of you scoring along with us at home. Hey, we're ready for basketball, Kate.
I sure hope we are. I tried to take that one for you. It wasn't happening.
Away we go. Sometimes people want to just talk to you.
I want to talk to the man in charge.
If
they only knew.
Let's not go there.
If they only knew.
19 away from 1,000 is Justin Donna. The tip, the Colonials control, and Kate, we didn't get to it right off the top of the broadcast, but we'll get to it now as the Colonials go right to left, and there's Tonelli going over the top. Missed the initial shot. And then McCormick up floor for Dada, who settles into the half court. Swing for Johnson. Johnson finds Encarnacion, and Encarnacion sends it back out to Johnson. In the first meeting between these two teams, just about a month back, you go back to the matchup between Leominster and Shrewsbury that was contested as this one goes down a three, Kate, and I did not get a look because, of course, I was looking at something else. Thank you. Terrence McCormick with the three. That game against Leominster was a 56-48 win for Shrewsbury. The reason, Kate, it's causing me issues, it's not on this Leominster score sheet.
Well, you know.
56-48 Friday, January the 20th. Shrewsbury beats Leominster. And the key to that headline is the fact that Justin Dada scored 2 points in that matchup. And the Colonials did it, and Coach Crutchfield said it the other night in sort of previewing this matchup, by doubling Dada everywhere he went on the floor.
They're already doing it right now here in the early going as well. He's got a shadow everywhere he goes.
Haas gets caught in a double team, and Tonelli comes over the top. And Haas is going to go to the line to shoot two. Chase Haas goes to the line. 7 minutes flat left here in quarter one. Leominster with a 3-0 lead on the Terrence McCormick opening three. And now Haas at the line with a shot for two. First one will not fall for Chase Haas. And Kate, it's been sort of a love-hate relationship with Chase throughout the year from the foul line. There are some nights can't seem to miss. There are others where he has struggled a little bit with his shot.
You're absolutely right. It's kind of feast or famine right now for the Blue Devils, almost as a team from the line as well. They've been pretty inconsistent throughout.
0 of 2. Encarnacion the rebound. Haas the follow-on shot doesn't go. Tonelli layout going to the floor. Keeps it alive and finds Hannum. Hannum down floor. gets it right back. He is matched up against Dada. Minute 15 into the first quarter. The 3-0 Leominster lead is all we got for scoring. Hannah flicks back, finds Petitpit. Petitpit for Hannah. Hannah back to Petitpit as they play catch off the right side of the arc. The flash comes from Jack Christopher. Cycle back for Petitpit. Crossover, caught top of the key. He's in a double team. Jacks one up with 5 on the shot clock. Caught the rim, but Jaden Johnson's got the rebound. And right back down floor come the Blue Devils. Johnson, the drive, up on the rim. Caught a lot of everything up there, but cycles out. Hawes goes to the floor, battles for the rebound, still alive, and ends up controlling it. Finds McCormick, then Johnson. Johnson, the baseline runner, won't go, and the rebound comes down in the hands of the freshman, Will Tonelli. And Kate, when you are that tall and that physically imposing as a freshman, that's how you find yourself a varsity position.
You're right, and it is more difficult than you would think, especially on the boys' side of things, to do that. So kudos to him for getting a varsity spot, not just a varsity spot, a starting spot on this Colonials team.
Zahir's push shot doesn't go as McCormick bangs it down low. Encarnacion rises up and bangs it in.
Terrence was ready to play tonight.
Indeed he was, and a great read to find Ricky Encarnacion for the finish. 5:22 to play here in quarter one. It's 5-0 Leominster. There's the drive, and the shot for Petitpit will go down, and the Colonials are on the board. It's 5-2. And the immediate steal for Hannum on McCormick, who then commits the foul, scrambling back into the play. McCormick a little slow to get up. 5:10 to play here in the first. 5-2 Leominster lead. Kate had an opportunity, obviously, to hear from Coach Grudgefield at the end of that Shrewsbury loss the other night, and you could detect his concern as against Fitchburg. He certainly was concerned with finding, what is the right combination?
Yes.
He's trying to find the right combination of players out on the floor in order to get back to where this Leominster team was, find the right chemistry, figure out what the situation is. You had pointed out confidence. He certainly seemed to agree that Leominster just seems to be a little bit lacking in the confidence department.
I think they're second-guessing themselves more often than not. I can tell you pregame today, when I was going over to wait for starters from Leominster, Coach did not let his team out of kind of the inner sanctum of the locker room until well after the final horn. Normally, they get ready to go. They're down by the lower door. They're watching the last 2 minutes of the JV game. He is making sure that this team is 100% focused on the task at hand. He's not playing games tonight.
Dada the drive, and he is the beneficiary as he tried to kick of a block. Coach Machado just sort of stands there stoically in disbelief. And he may have a good case, as Dada was certainly the one out of control. The defender seemingly was just idling there and then proceeded to get steamrolled. 4:22 to play here in the first quarter, a 5-2 Leominster advantage. Lopez checks into the game, goes up top Halstead, now right back to him as the ball cycles around. Halstead, the left-hand runner, doesn't go. Encarnacion, a tap on the rebound. Will Souza going to handle. Lopez goes to the floor and comes up with it to keep the possession alive.
Nice job by Lopez there to get on the ground and make sure that the possession remains active.
Had a payoff chance, the three doesn't go. Johnson brings down the rebound.
One thing I'm seeing from this Leominster offense tonight that we haven't seen in the last few games, multiple shot possessions on offense for the Blue Devils. Right now, the basket is not kind, the iron not kind at the moment, but if they keep doing that, it will eventually fall and they'll get some points. So nice job on offense.
The drive by Christopher, and the lay-in is good. Over 5 minutes gone by here in the first. 5-4. Leominster's advantage has dwindled to 1. They had the opening three to start, a 2-point basket a little while later, and it's been all quiet since then. Colonials have come with 4 unresponded baskets, 4 points that is, on 2 baskets. 3:15 and counting to play here in the first. Offense at a premium in the opening quarter between these two.
Say that again.
Handley into the corner. Christopher, drive on Dada. Ran out of room, kick for Petitpit. Petitpit drive, little contact from Dada. Climbs up the window and down it goes, and 2:55 to play here in quarter one. The Colonials have their first lead of the night at 6-5. And then the reach-in foul as Halstead goes down the lane. Souza reached across his body. whistled for the contact foul on the floor.
Shrewsbury's foul starting to add up, and they do not have a deep bench right now. A lot of names crossed off of that roster, so they cannot really afford. Oh boy. Yep.
And it's an offensive foul off the inbound. Ricky Encarnacion with the discard of the defender before the ball even made it in play.
Sometimes you just don't want to be friends right away. Gotta get to know each other first, right?
Many people tonight, Kate, are having that Valentine's Day feeling, to say the least. Here's the drive.
Not Ricky on defense.
That's right. Christopher for Hanlon. Back to the corner. Christopher. Long two. Make it a three. Did not go, and Pettipit runs down the rebound. Now he cues up a Handley three, and the sophomore can't convert. 2.5 to play here in the first, and a 6-5 Shrewsbury lead. This is Dada. Swing for Hawes. Bounce inside Lopez.
Nice try,
and the
though.
immediate giveaway.
He knew exactly where he was. The pass was just not handled well.
Hanley gets away with a pogo stick move to the low left block. Lost the handle out of play. And the ball will go back to Leominster. 2:10 to play here in the first.
I think our clock's a little off. I apologize.
With Bill Thomas on assignment, Kate Robbins on camera, and clock tonight, which means we'll be doing a lot of estimation on these statistics. Bradley Bedard up in the back row for Leominster TV, bringing you the pictures in delay tonight, and I'll sort of Mozart the rest of it in order to make it work. All I know is that the other night, that doubleheader, we had 2 games this season with a fully staffed broadcast and everybody here. I'm looking forward to the postseason. As soon as Bill Thomas gets back from Daytona, we will be a fully staffed broadcast once again.
Oh, we got a conversation going on over at the booth. Don't know what it's about. Coach Adrian Machado not happy over there by the table. Coach John Cordio talking as well. Oh, Coach Cordio talking to Machado.
Appears to be a disagreement in the numbers. 2:10 to play here in the first. 6-5 is Shrewsbury's lead. Is there a debate on that point?
So many points to keep track of.
I mean, 11 combined points in 6 minutes of first quarter play.
I mean, granted, I can't remember to turn the clock on, so I should be one to talk.
Everybody seems happy.
Off ball whistle again.
The ball goes out of bounds. 2 minutes to play in the first quarter, and Kate, that clock just is not cooperating with you tonight. We're showing 50-some seconds and counting.
It's not working.
I'm going to do you a favor and drop that off the screen.
It's
as long as
just
the
not
score
working.
keeps working.
I keep clicking it, and nada.
It's doing its own thing. Timeout on the floor taken by Coach Machado. 1:53 to play here in a...
Lackluster.
Be all right, that'll work. I was looking for something.
Pedestrian?
Pedestrian's good. Lackluster. Quagmire of a first. 6-5. Shrewsbury's lead. 1:53 to play here in the first. More action ahead this week as these schedules are jam-packed for schools ahead. Leominster has Bedford and Haverhill. That Bedford game coming up on now Thursday, February the 16th. Adjust your schedules for that one. We will have that action for you coming up here. So despite the fact that this graphic says Friday, we'll have the action for you coming up on Thursday. That's February the 16th, 6:45 the tip. 7 o'clock is our tip-off. 6:45 pregame. 7 o'clock the tip-off. YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. That game recently moved on the calendar to accommodate the postseason tournament, which is beginning here in Central Mass. There was potential slots Friday, Saturday, Monday.
No.
And we now know from the draw today, Leominster will play on Monday, 6 o'clock that tip-off. It is here at the gym at Leominster High School. 5:45 will be on the air during vacation week action, and Leominster will host the South Park Community School at University Park.
Okay.
From Worcester.
Is that a bit
The old
of a,
South High.
Correct. Is that a bit of a misnomer, however?
Which part?
The postseason aspect, because these are counting as regular season games toward the statewide playoffs.
It's a great point. The first 2 rounds do, and the third game does not. 88 seconds left here in the first quarter. Dada loses the handle out of play, but the contact, they say last touched by Souza. Leominster will keep the basketball with 31 to shoot, 1:24 to play in the first. Kate, to your point, I believe your correct. It is an in-season tournament
Thank you.
to determine a Central Mass champion.
That's fine.
The first 2 rounds,
Oh, boy.
Coach Machado needed to have one player come off the floor, and
Well, he's off the floor.
certainly he is, as Souza will find his way to a seat. 1:16 and counting to play here in the first quarter. Swing through Handley into the corner, find Christopher, and he skidded with it. That's a walk. Ball back to Leominster. 1:10 to play here in the first, 6-5. So first 2 rounds of this tournament will count toward your postseason, and that is in any sport. Boys and girls basketball, as well as ice hockey, boys, girls, does not matter. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, the championship round of this tournament will occur after the cutoff date, which is February the 23rd. Drive down the lane, Encarnacion got underside of the rim. Haas, the follow-on, and it will go. Leominster reclaims the lead. 47 seconds left here in the first. It's 7-6. Roderick through Hannah. Swing, corner, Petitpit. Petitpit, drive, through, corner, kick, Handley, jumper, that won't go. Jack Dada comes down with the rebound. 21 seconds left here in the first, shot clock off for the remainder of the quarter.
Sorry about that.
It's all right, got to do a little teaching even in the off hours. Encarnacion with the baseline cut, and the lay-in is good. 9-6 Leominster's advantage. Final 5 seconds left here in the first. Hannum will get into a credible position for the jumper. It is short. McCormick keeps it in bounds, and the clock will expire here in quarter number 1. Through 1 here inside the gym at Leominster High School. It's Leominster 9 and Shrewsbury 6. Offense a bit hard to come by, Kate, here in the first quarter for both teams.
Now, the interesting thing, obviously, we've been following Leominster for the several games here, especially now that they're back at home in this latest stretch of games. And it seems like just the same type of conversation that we had with Coach James McCall before his first game against Leominster. Putting 4 quarters of quality basketball together for this Leominster team has become a bugaboo, just like what Coach James McCall had talked about with his Fitchburg team. Seemingly you can have 1, 2, maybe even 3 quarters that go well, but Leominster in their last game offensively, the second and third quarters, a total of 5 points on offense, and we're seeing that again here tonight. They're not able to crack into double digits on offense. That's not going to get it done. You need to be playing your best basketball, and the frustration is becoming palpable. Okay, you're seeing it obviously on Shrewsbury's side of the ball as well. They've been struggling a little bit, particularly on offense throughout the course of the season. Their record has been a little bit difficult for them, different than it's been in the last couple of years. But right now, Leominster, it's as if we're not seeing the Leominster that we're used to seeing at all. And right now, it's an enigma for everybody involved.
Justin Donna goes scoreless in the first quarter as Encarnacion gets the pass from Jack Donna, on the lay-in is good. Leominster's lead is 11-6, so Donna still stuck 19 away from 1,981 on his career. Down the lane, that was Petitpit, and that was Ricky Encarnacion that says no thank you and swats that one out of play.
He has been everywhere. He does tend to sometimes get into foul trouble, particularly early, because he's so aggressive on the defensive end. He's so aggressive when he's on the court, but he brings a specific certain type of physicality that you don't see with some of the other players. His natural athleticism is incredible.
As the follow-on shot will go for Jack Christopher. First Colonials points in about a 3-minute window. 30 seconds into the second quarter and a 3-point game. Leominster 11 and Shrewsbury 8. And Kate, in all fairness, you have to imagine being on the precipice of 1,000 points, no matter what athlete you are, for a career, weighs on your mind a little bit. You start second guessing, you start thinking about things that you would just naturally do. And Justin Donna, we know from his career experience. He is an unselfish player. It's
Yes.
not about him, and 1,000 points is very much an individual achievement as he will pick and finish for his first 2 points of the night, 983 and counting.
But one of the things that I like about Justin Dada's game, and especially right now, he's clearly not forcing it. It's not as if the team is being expected to feed him the ball at every turn. He has been a presence out on the court, but he has not been overdoing it by any stretch of the imagination. When he's been given the ball, if the ball gets distributed to him, he's been taking his opportunity. But what I like on Leominster's offense, they're not forcing it right now.
Tonelli gets fouled in the act of shooting. He'll go to the line and miss the first.
Leominster has its youth out there right now.
Indeed they do, as Shrewsbury's Tonelli finishes that opportunity and closes it to a 13-9 game. The drive for Dada gets open down the left side of the lane. It will not go. And the rebound is for Pettipit. Pettipit in transition, got two hands on the ball. It's a double dribble, and the action will go back the other way.
You getting complaints about my camera work?
No, not at all. Disregard that post with the second link. These bots are inescapable at this point. So there is no link on the Facebook post that will take you anywhere but bad locations. So avoid that at all costs for those of you joining us on Facebook Live tonight. Those of you joining us on YouTube or Twitch, continue right along with us. Great to have you along with us tonight, or in delay with our partners at Leominster TV as Hawes gets whistled for the travel before the shot. Turnover and the ball back to Shrewsbury, stuck at 13-9, 6:06 to play here in the second.
Things have been a little bit chippy on off-ball action before whistles to play the ball as well. Right.
The Shrewsbury-Leominster rivalry, Kate, as you know, is always a hot rivalry in any sense of the imagination, as Lopez finds Jaden Johnson, who lays it in for the finish at 15-9, and he has been, that Jaden Johnson, 22, the sophomore, Kate, he has been a breath of fresh air since seeing regular action on the floor with this team.
That's true. Last couple of games, coaching staff has been trying to figure out the puzzle pieces to get wins.
As Christopher will pull up for a three and bring the Colonials within three at 15-12. 5.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Johnson comes cross for Jack Dada. Bounce for Hawes. Lowers the shoulder. It's an offensive foul. And Hawes is chirping, not happy with it, but it's the shoulder dip that they're going to whistle as he lowered the shoulder and stuck it in the chest of the defender. For Hawes, it will be his second. 5:21 to play here in the second in a defensive-minded basketball game. Hannum with the ball right up the middle of the floor, and Justin Dada with the steal. The dish, Jaden Johnson misses the bunny. It was uncontested. And the rebound for Hannum.
Those are the types of mistakes that hurt the most. Those are the ones where you're given those gifts. You really need to convert on those. In Leominster, in their last few games, they're just not falling.
The swing for Christopher. Looking for a passing lane, ends up swinging to Handley, the sophomore. Top of the key, working on Lopez. Lopez, right of the key. Fancy footwork, and he picked up the pivot foot. It's a walk, and the ball will go back to Leominster. 4:47 to play in the second quarter. 15-12 Blue Devils over Colonials.
Saw the previous game. It's close as well, so right now, fairly evenly matched.
And Jack Dada will jack up a three from the left, and it falls. 18-12, 4.5 minutes to play, second quarter.
His brother's got to be like, hey, I need those. You're going to have to wait a minute.
The swing and bounce comes to the near side, Handley. Handley goes right back into the corner. Christopher, shot short of the mark, and Encarnacion the rebound. Knowing Justin Dada, Kate, the way I do, he's just happy Leominster's on the right side of the scorecard.
He just wants the W.
Encarnacion for Johnson, 3, taken out of his hands and out of play. Great play there by Jackson Roderick, fresh into the game at the last stoppage.
Leominster still has quite a bit of youth out there, some senior leadership in Encarnacion and with Justin Dada, but a lot of underclassmen out there as well right now.
Dada for Johnson, low block Lopez, one bounce, got deflected, kept it alive, did Osiris Lopez.
Need a reset out there along the perimeter.
Indeed. Dada gets out of the way for Dada, and it is rejected by Tonelli. 3:40 and counting, second quarter. 18-12, Leominster's advantage. Handley working on Jack Dada. Bounce entry for Tonelli. Right back to Handley. Left elbow kick, find Christopher. Jack Christopher will dribble back top of the key with Osiris Lopez closely on top. The drop for the pass inside goes to Max Perez. And he gets the finish. It's 18-14, 3:10 to play in the second. Encarnacion rifles right back down floor for Lopez. Swing Jack Dada. Jack Dada creates the space, finds Justin Dada, and the lay-in won't go. Another open opportunity at the rim, and Leominster unable to capitalize.
Almost hurt.
2:45 to play in the second quarter. Dada tries the steal on Perez. Swing, corner. Handley, 3 does not go, but Lopez has got the rebound. Lopez finds Jack Dada in the front court, and Leominster steadies the action half court to the right. Dada, bounce entry, finds Lopez. Lopez between 3 Colonials. Sees Jaden Johnson open for a 3, doesn't go. Lopez cleans up the trash on the doorstep, not able to get the follow-on finish. He caught the underside of the basket.
Leominster right now really struggling in that interior. Everything that's going up in the paint seems to be getting blocked or unceremoniously dismissed by the defense of the Colonials right now.
Little give and go. Perez working with Handley as the ball goes out of play, unable to connect. 2 minutes to play, second quarter, 18-14, Leominster's advantage.
It's not, we're not talking about incredibly disastrous or messy basketball. Now it's just things are not falling when they should be. A lot of great defense, especially by Shrewsbury right now.
Hawes finds Encarnacion and gets fouled. And Encarnacion will go to the line. First foul billed against Jackson Handley, the sophomore. 1:48 to play, second quarter, 18-14. Leominster on top. Encarnacion at the line. And the first one goes down for Encarnacion. Todd Robbins alongside Kate Robbins. Bill Thomas on assignment as we double date with you on this Valentine's Day. 1:48 to play, second quarter. It's 19-14.
Really milking that.
Hey, what a night. That one will not go. Hawes tried the touch finish. It got deflected out of play off of Roderick, and the action will stay on the Leominster offensive end. Or perhaps, Kate, is this Jackson Roderick? Because they crossed off 23 on our roster, Jason Nickerson. There is a 23 playing on the floor tonight, and we don't have a name to go with it.
No comment.
Unusually inefficient roster that we have from Shrewsbury tonight. Inside, it's Hawes. Back for Johnson. Finds Dada. Nice low block pass. Hawes.
Hot potato.
And that is into the fourth row. And Ricky Encarnacion thought about pursuing and then saw a wall in the student section and thought better of it. 1:25 to play here in the second. Up the middle of the floor. Stop. Kick back. 3. Front rim. No. Battle for the loose ball. It's Johnson. Johnson up floor. Finds McCormick. Turnaround. Missed everything and out of play. Last touched by the aforementioned Roderick or Nickerson. 1:06 to play in the second. Personnel changes all over the floor. Coach Machado directing traffic out on the floor as Haas will bounce inside. Encarnacion over the defender and into the rim. 21-14, a 7-point Leominster lead. Under a minute before halftime. Up floor, this is Christopher. Caught in a triple team. Sends it back out for Hannum. Hannum right back to Christopher. And a steal. Haas with the loose ball. Finds Dada. Pops a three. Front rim, side rim, no. Haas follow on. Denied by the rim. And Jack Dada comes with immediate pressure.
This is turning into a tennis match.
Indeed it is. 1 second differential, shot clock and game clock. Shade over that, call it about a second and a half. 20 left before halftime. 16 to shoot and counting. 21-14. Hannum stays in the triple threat spot. 5 to shoot. Now 4. Pulls up in the lane. Won't go. Dot the rebound. 3 seconds. 2 for Haas. Into the front court to launch one over the basket. Was good if it went. It didn't. And we've reached the half. Halftime score here inside the gym at Leominster High School. It's Leominster 21 and Shrewsbury 14. Kate, a first half chock full of more questions than we have answers for these two programs right now.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's just that it appears that everything is just so disjointed. I mean, you can say that it's, a defensive battle out there, but seemingly unforced errors, not galore, but a lot of unforced errors, a lot of, gimme shots, gimme layups that are not falling for either side. Some interesting looks where people are taking, shots along the perimeter where they're in transition and not necessarily set. So it's going to be very interesting to see what types of transitions we have and what type of adjustments get made at halftime by both coaching staffs. We've seen that Dada has been double teamed thus far all night long, so it's going to be very interesting to see what ends up happening.
Halftime score, Leominster 21 and Shrewsbury 14. We'll step aside, break, and we're back with more. This is high school basketball right here on RFM. Halftime inside the gym at Leominster High School alongside Kate Robbins, Todd Robbins for RFM. And great to have you along with us here tonight. Teams have just returned to the floor. 21-14, Leominster on top of Shrewsbury in a half devoid of offense. The good news, thanks to Bradley Bedard of Leominster TV chasing this one down, we do now know that number 23 on Shrewsbury is Jesse Osafo, a call-up from the junior varsity program. So we appreciate Bradley Bedard hustling that down while we were at our halftime break wrapping up. And that's the information that we have for you. 21-14 between these two schools, the long history, Kate, of these two programs. And right now, I think if I'm trying to, again, pinpoint where we are in the grander scheme of things, I think you've got to go in this way of explaining it. Shrewsbury right now is certainly struggling this year. Leominster, on the other hand, was not struggling this year, but they have systematically played themselves into a rut, and they are not able to rock themselves free right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is the stereotypical, if you've seen the movie The Replacements, this is the definition of quicksand. This is a situation in which you are in an offensive slumber, if you will, and you are unable, no matter what it is that you do. It's not for lack of trying. You're seeing intensity, you're seeing effort, you're seeing all of those things. The iron is not being kind left and right. They're not able to get into a rhythm. When they're given free opportunities like layups, if they're given opportunities to go to the free throw line, things just aren't clicking right now. And the coaching staff for Leominster is trying to put the puzzle pieces together, trying to find something.
And right out of the locker room, here come the Colonials shooting their way back into the basketball game as Jack Christopher opens the third quarter with a three. It's 21-17, just 20 seconds gone by. Hawes for Jaden Johnson. As Leominster works half court left. They're wearing the home white over white, trimmed in royal blue, white, and black. Blue Devils framing in the numeral on the front of the chest. As Hawes somehow gets a pass to Encarnacion, and Ricky Encarnacion with the finish. It's 23-17, 45 seconds into this third quarter. And Kate, the lone offensive bright spot is Ricky Encarnacion for Leominster.
That's right. We don't have the numbers, but he's the high scorer right now, unequivocally.
Justin Donna with a loose ball pick down floor. Tries to feed Johnson, and there's the reach in by Hannum. Leominster will keep the basketball. Foul on the floor.
Senior-laden lineup until that moment. And now more underclassmen coming in for Leominster. So again, the pieces keep moving around, trying to keep fresh legs in for Leominster, but scoring remains at a premium.
McCormick bounces the baseline, finds Johnson, and Encarnacion flashes as he presents himself for the pass and finish. 25-17, Leominster back-to-back baskets here to open the third.
And the thought is that if we know Coach Adrian Machado is going to double-team Justin Dada, that means somebody else is open. And if it's Ricky right now, he's making the most of the opportunity, because right now Justin Dada has multiple shadows anytime he gets the ball or comes anywhere near it. So there's going to be somebody else open. So somebody else needs to take the reins of this one for Leominster. And right now it's Ricky Encarnacion.
McCormick's three attempt bounces in and out, and Will Tonelli got the rebound. 6:10 and counting to play here in the third. Hannum, the drive. Kick back, put it in the hands of Handley. Handley for Petitpit. Petitpit, top of the key left-hand dribble, spin, foul line, kick back, Handley. Handley, entry pass, Tonelli. Tonelli double team, kicks back out, Petitpit, head fake, drive, kick, Hannum. Three, does not go. McCormick the rebound, and he'll keep it alive for Dada. Dada highlights it up floor, finds Encarnacion, contact, basket good, and a foul! 5:42 to play in the third quarter. Leominster 27 and Shrewsbury 17. And from a 7-point halftime lead with a Colonial opening three-point basket to cut that lead down to 4. Look out now. Leominster has quickly got themselves a 10-point lead.
They have, and Billy Thomas would say Mr. Excitement takes over.
can't get the three-point finish from the foul line. Leominster's lead is 27-17. 5:35 to play here in the third. This is Petitpitt. Finds Christopher.
Ooh, telegraphed that one.
Christopher for Hannum for Petitpitt down low. He gets grabbed. The response, bucket good, plus a foul. 27-19, pending the point after from the line. 5:21 to play here in the third. Osiris Lopez seeing extended minutes after playing the junior varsity game, or at least part of it, prior to this one. Petitpitt completes the three-point play. 7-point game once again at 27-20. 5:15 and counting to play here in the third. Lopez bounces Johnson. Corner, finds Dada. Johnson to Lopez. Back to Johnson. And Leominster begins playing catch on the outside. Into the corner. Lopez, pull up. Three from the right side, won't go. Rebound for Jake Petitpitt. Up floor, it's Handley. Handley in the corner, Christopher. Fouled in the act of shooting a three.
That's a problem.
And Jake Christopher's got 3 shots coming at the line. 4:49 to play here in the third. First one will drop for Christopher.
Oh. You can come, you cannot, you have to stay.
I was going to say
go
nobody
there.
can come because there is 3 shots.
Yeah.
So the
Take your time.
substitution cannot come until after the second shot goes down. And there's the second one for Christopher that drops, and now the horn for the substitutions. 4:49 to play here in the third, 27-22. Christopher has almost connected on 3 of 3. The strawberry sorbet shoes and the finish at 27-23. 3 consecutive free throws for Jack Christopher. 4:45 to play here in the third.
And something like that is what keeps Shrewsbury in this game. Leominster, a blink ago, had a 10-point lead. All of a sudden, it's evaporated to a 4-point lead. And those are the types of situations where you can help making a foul on a 3-point shot. Some decision-making, poor decision-making here and there. It's costing Leominster points, and those points are adding up.
Donna with a bounce for Encarnacion. Baseline move up strong in the double team and draws the whistle. Will Souza frustrated, but he made contact with the body. Encarnacion will go to the line to shoot 2. 4:39 to play here in the third frame, 27-23, with Encarnacion impending 2 free throws. First one will roll out for Encarnacion. More action coming up this week. Again, read that as Thursday, February 16th, 6:45 the tip-off, of the broadcast, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock our tip-off, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. Done that twice now. Leominster and Bedford senior night for boys basketball here on RFM. And with our partners at Leominster TV in delay. So that action coming up on Thursday. Lopez with the read, the pick, gets fouled, and they say it was in the act. 2 shots coming up here. Osiris Lopez at the line. And Kate, I was more impressed with the first step for the fleet-footed quarterback, playing, in this case, center field.
That's
and
right.
Comes through the middle of the passing lane with the pick.
Well, and when you have his type of athleticism, you can anticipate certain things, and you can make yourself essentially close that space pretty easily if someone's going to telegraph their plays. You can tell on both sides of the ball when teams are on offense, particularly in transition, things have been a little lackluster. There's not that intensity that we're used to seeing from Leominster. There's certainly not that intensity that we're used to seeing from Shrewsbury either. And so you do have athletes like Lopez.
Whistle, lane violation. Lopez will get another shot here.
Like Lopez, like Encarnacion. Those those true athletes, just with pure athleticism, they're able to see that and take advantage of it left and right.
Lopez takes the deep breath. And he gets that one. 29-23, the lead is 6, 4.5 to play here in the third quarter.
Full court pressure here by Leominster. Not token either.
Tried to trap it, not able to do it. Into the front court, Handley. Bounce entry, finds Tonelli. Back out Hannum. To Handley, who takes a 3 and delivers. And cuts Leominster's lead to 3 at 29-26. Halfway through this third quarter, and Encarnacion with the fancy footwork whistled for the walk, and the ball will go back to Shrewsbury.
Unforced errors continuing to be a problem for Leominster. And they're getting an opportunity. When you give up a 3, you need to go and you need to then answer. You don't need to go and then turn over the ball.
Petitpid gets tied up with Lopez, who reached into the ball movement and slowed it down. Whistle. It's the first against Osiris Lopez, third against Leominster in the half. 29-23, Leominster's lead.
Coach Machado has officially lost his voice. I can hear it from here. I bet that happens often.
I'm thinking you reach this point in the season if you are a coach. And that's where you're at.
You don't have it.
Petitpid.
Tis gone.
Swings for Christopher. Christopher tucked the ball, jump, stop, got away with it, shot up, doesn't go. Dot of the rebound. Up floor, Encarnacion can't finish. Lopez with the follow, and he sneaks it past the rim and in. Great play by Osiris Lopez. Back-to-back possessions. He shows up out of nowhere for a finish.
It's a nice finish there because unfortunately the senior in Encarnacion not able to finish on his opportunity. So a nice job there in anticipation to get that offensive rebound and clean up what was a bit messy there in the first hand.
31-26 Leominster, 3:24 to play in the third, and Coach Machado says,
let's chat.
It's a good time for a timeout. I'm going back to the well again. See if I get this read right.
Do it.
Leominster and Bedford senior night coming up. Read that graphic as Thursday, February 16th, 6:45. We're on the air streaming with our pre-show on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. 7 o'clock, the tip-off here on RFM with your live senior night coverage for boys basketball.
Hands, you crushed that.
Hey, there we go. Todd Robbins, Kate Robbins, sassing our way through this.
Try again.
Valentine's Day Tuesday. Great to have you.
If you're going to make me work, I get to be sassy, okay? If you're going to make me work, and Patrick is with the Grammys.
Leominster Athletic Director Dave Palazzi went and grabbed the second PA microphone, and all of a sudden chipped in. There is a lost wallet. So not the owner of the wallet is lost, but the wallet is lost and has been found, or maybe the owner is the lost one.
No, he said the wallet's out at the snack shack.
Which is that hallway, right?
Well, and there's a big snack shack. Billy Thomas would be in his glory right now.
It has, I got to tell you, it has been growing as the season has gone on. It would give Aramark a run for its proverbial money there.
Crushing it out in the hallway. Out by the Cousins Auditorium. Come on down. Snack shack time.
Indeed.
And if you lost a wallet, there it is.
You can pick it up whilst you're there.
As long as you can describe it.
3:24
if you can't,
to play in the third.
Buy some snacks.
And a whistle.
Already?
And the ball barely inbounded. This one is an off-ball foul. Lopez with the hold.
Holding.
Defense with the feet, not with the hands. That's what the officials are whistling. 3:24 to play in the third. 31-26, Leominster's lead. This is Hannah. Bullets a pass toward Kate.
I had that.
For Christopher. First touch of the basketball for Sam Bencini.
Did you lose your wallet?
Nope, I don't think so.
Did you have my wallet, right?
Not currently. Around the world, this is Christopher. Tonelli.
Ooh.
Swing, Petitpid. Petitpid loses the defender, and Lopez got the shot off, missed, got his own rebound, unchallenged, and the lay-in on the follow for Petitpid. Under 3 minutes to play here in the third. I would sure hope after being around here almost 25 years, somebody would look at the license and go, oh, I know who they are. But
Probably not.
Just say. Ball out of play, poked away, and Leominster will keep the basketball with 21 to shoot.
You know when I'm not with you, I am the invisible woman, right?
Oh, now. You're somebody to all of us.
It's the greatest thing ever. Anonymity sans Todd.
Hawes bangs it off. Tonelli gets the ball. Shot goes up, missed, but the foul by Tonelli, and Hawes will go to the line to shoot two. Little sneaky play there as Tonelli had his back to Hawes. Hawes didn't really have a clear line for an inbound, so he banged it off of Tonelli, stepped in, check, and tried to lay it in, took a foul.
That's been happening more and more. It was fancy.
Hawes can't get that one to go off the mark. Still at 31-28, 2:40 to play here in the third.
Come on, Devils. Make the freebies.
I mean, if you're sitting there looking sort of for how do you expand your offense, free throws missed, lay-ins missed. Hawes, that one's off the mark as well. Hawes,
shot
0 for
possessions
tonight.
on offense.
These are, and I know both coaches would say this, these types of performances are not indicative of A, the quality of the team,
correct,
or B, indicative of a team that is capable of going anywhere in a postseason.
Yep, I agree.
Loose ball finds Dada, up floor looking for Hawes. It's long of the mark and out of play, and the action will go back to Shrewsbury.
And the difficulty here is that the types of mistakes that we're seeing, particularly because we've been following Leominster, they're not the minutia that a varsity coach wants to be able to be coaching and getting you to be playing your best basketball. These are like fundamental aspects of a basketball team. And so
Will Souza gets a touch and immediately walks within in the big exhale, as it's been one of those kind of nights for the junior Souza, who seems like every time he gets near the ball, a whistle sounds against him.
That's true. So these are fundamental aspects of the game of basketball that are becoming bugaboos for this team. That's why you and I, and when you've talked to Coach, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but you indicated that he mentioned that he agrees that lack of confidence is something that we are seeing here with this boys team. And that's something that's difficult if it's fundamental aspects of the game. If it's a confidence issue, then that's not easy to coach out of. It's not as simple as, okay, go to the free throw line during practice and throw 1,000 threes.
McCormick can't get that one to go, and Encarnacion blocked by the rim as well. 1:40 to play in the third, 31-28.
This is the mental aspect of the game right now that they are struggling with, and there's nothing more frustrating for a coach to try to figure out how to break this cycle that they find themselves in. There needs to be a catalyst.
Ball poked away, Hawes to the floor, skids, got the pass ahead to Jack Dada, absorbed the contact but missed the lay-in, and then the rebound. Hanley was across the baseline. It's a turnover and the ball will stay with Leominster. Kate, to your point, this is most definitely not a video game, but somewhere around recently, I would have hit the old reset button.
Yeah.
Or yanked it just straight out of the wall for the way things have been going. 1:17 to play in the third, 31-28, Leominster.
And again, the conversation that you and I are having, please, for those of you that are watching and listening, do not think that we're not saying that this Leominster boys team is of the utmost quality. They are. They are capable of phenomenal basketball. They are capable of going toe-to-toe with Eastern Massachusetts. Right now, they are playing incredibly uncharacteristic basketball for them, and it's not been a blip. It's not like, the best teams, they have one game like that, and then they're able to come right back and make the adjustments in the next game. This team right now is on a skid. They have not been able to figure out how to hit that old reset button. It's not, sadly, it isn't a video game. It's not that simple. And there is an enormous psychological aspect to all athletics at any level. And right now, in my estimation, and again, playing junior psychologist here from the cheap seats in the stands, that's really what you're seeing, because the mistakes that are being made, the difficulties that they're having, they know how to do these things. They know how to do these things in their sleep, but they're not executing properly right now.
41-38 was the loss at Fitchburg the other night. Also looking down the card here, Kate, and Leominster has only exceeded the 60-point mark 3 times this season.
Yeah.
They exceeded 70 twice, back-to-back nights, Algonquin and then at St. Paul, 72-52 and 73-54 from what we have here. Back down floor, there's the push Encarnacion. And that will stop the clock with 1 minute flat left here in the third, 33-28. And Coach Machado's team keeps the ball half court to the right. The bounce inbound, defense collapses and poked right back out of play before Jackson Roderick could find the handle. The inbound, Perez for Roderick. Swing the ball for Nardella. Nardella bounce then screen, looking for Christopher. Tried to roll off. Here's the drive. The shot thrown wildly by Christopher. And Encarnacion comes sailing into the picture with the rebound.
McCormick been quiet tonight on offense as well. He's usually been good for close to 10 a night. Nowhere near that tonight, I don't believe.
10-second differential, shot clock and game clock. And another ball poked out of play. Thought Leominster might have actually taken a timeout, try to rebalance the floor. 31 seconds left here in the third, 22 to shoot on the possession, 33-28 Leominster in a game that is very much in the balance. Here's Dada down the lane, push shot, front rim, no. Encarnacion rebound, it is a held ball. First of the night, alternate possession Leominster. It'll lead to a reset, 26 3/10 left here in the third, so the shot clock is off. And the officials are going to have to separate folks.
We're going to have a conversation. Discussion.
Can't body up on people before the ball is put into play.
Say happy Valentine's Day to each other, make friends.
Swing inside. Nice flash, Jack Dada. After making the entry for Hawes, he comes right down the landing strip, takes the pass and lays it in and good. 35-28, 12 seconds to play here in the third. Bad transition into the front court for the Colonials. Body contact to the front row as Justin Dada bodies up on Jackson Roderick. They'll help each other to their feet. 7 7/10 left here in the third.
Seemingly wholesale changes by the Colonials right now.
Hannum finds an inbound spot in the hands of Pettit. Pettit, excuse me. Behind the back, Hannum. Hannum creates a little space, and it's a long two. That is good at the buzzer.
Keeping it close.
35-30, a 5-point game through 3 quarters here at the gym at Leominster High School. The all-important fourth and final quarter as we continue here on RFM. Todd Robbins, Kate Robbins, Bill Thomas on assignment. Bradley Bedard here for Leominster TV in delay tonight. And great to have you joining us live on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch here on RFM. Give you a little tour for the remainder of the week's action. Leominster has one more regular season game on the schedule. That is after the Bedford game on Thursday. It's a 12:30 tip-off on Sunday against Haverhill, followed closely by the regular postseason district replacement tournament that is known as the Midwatch Tournament. And if you want to see a funny post out there on Twitter, Tom Flanagan, Worcester Telegram and Gazette with a great post.
What is our guy done
on
now?
that one.
I gotta find it now.
Oh, it's a great post out there on Twitter.
So good.
At Tom Flanagan USA.
I want to be him when I grow up.
I'll bet he'll appreciate that in the grand scheme of things.
He hates the statewide format.
Hates the statewide format, and then hates the Central Mass Tournament.
I love that he's
right
replying to the T and G. All they did was put up the brackets. And he just is absolutely annihilating them.
We got to read the audience in now. That's
my
sort
God.
of for those that don't have
So
Twitter.
good. It's so
The
good.
at Tom Flanagan USA post is as follows. Appreciate the work and intent, but you reap what you sow. More side effects of the disastrous statewide format and failure to see this coming. You can't objectively think this is a quality alternative to districts in quotes. Central Mass needs to do better. Coaches say this privately, by the way. That's at Tom Flanagan USA 4 hours ago on Twitter.
My favorite part is that all the TNG did was post the brackets. That's all it was.
His employer, by the way.
That's all they did was post the brackets. We had a conversation going on back at the table yet again, so we're going to go and check this out. Whose ball is it to start the fourth quarter?
It should go opposite the arrow. Everybody taking their turn talking to Coach Crutchfield. Yes, it should go to the arrow. So the arrow just a moment ago went to Leominster at the end of the third quarter. Means the arrow would go in the other direction, which means Shrewsbury should get the basketball to begin the fourth quarter. And away we go. I think this might be an administrative win tonight. 10 seconds into the fourth quarter, 35-30. Because right now, the administrative aspects of basketball are winning. 2-on-1 with the McCormick pick up floor. It's Encarnacion. Couldn't complete the pass. Pinballs its way to Hawes. And Hawes, 25 seconds into the fourth quarter, gets a lay-in. It's 37-30.
But if that doesn't kind of describe what Leominster's been going through, you have that breakaway, you have the open look, you bobble, and then you need...
Held ball, alternate possession, back to Leominster. Bobble almost lose the ball.
Correct.
And are able to keep it alive, and only by mere happenstance does a deflection find Hawes, and then Hawes does finish the lay-in, which more of those finishes, like all the other chaotic things that got you there, can still happen as long as Leominster finishes the lay-ins. Same what you could say for Shrewsbury. You could have all the chaos in the world as long as the shot goes down. Hawes' jumper from the paint doesn't go, and then tries to run down his own rebound. Slaps the wall as he wasn't quite able to get there. Great hustle by Hawes.
But how was he all the way out there for his own rebound? Where was the help?
That's correct. Got to be four others on the floor somewhere.
I mean, that's a nice hustle play, but...
Just a minute into this fourth quarter, Leominster's lead is 7. And the giveaway, and Encarnacion with the basketball. Up floor, Dada. For Dada, the drive, double clutch, scoop, and down it goes. Just the fourth point of the night for Justin Dada. Career 985, and he is 15 points away from 1,000 points for his career.
Can you just confirm our graphic says fourth quarter, please?
It does.
Hey, I crushed it.
Scott Hannum with the basketball, waits for the flash from Tonelli. Meanwhile, Coach Machado continues to plead his case to the powers that be over on the sideline.
About what do you think?
I'm assuming disagreement about some contact. Tends to usually be the case.
That's a long three.
Yeah, at the shot clock buzzer. And that got nothing but net. It just didn't go through the rim. Jake Pettipit realized the shot clock was going down, and
this conversation
then had to continue. Yeah, and the conversation continues between Coach Machado and one of the officials on the floor. A steal off the inbound. It's Christopher. The lay-in is good.
With 2 Leominster Blue Devils on him.
39-32.
Oh, I should probably do that. Yep, got it.
McCormick for Dada. Back to McCormick for Dada. 5:48 and counting to play in the fourth. Dada, drive, kick, Lopez, open in the lay-in. That's a great find by Justin Dada to recognize the open Lopez, and Lopez with the finish.
And those are the types of things that we've missed seeing of late. Having the court awareness, understanding where your teammate is going to be. Nice steal there. Also
follow
by
on
the
for Lopez. Back for Encarnacion, and hey, and I think this is a lot to kind of our point we were having earlier in the conversation, and that is, you know, when you look at Coach playing a lot of young players, he's looking for a spark anywhere he can find it, and it has been coming in different places. Jaden Johnson's been one of them. Osiris Lopez has been one of those sparks tonight, as that one got knocked out of play. Leominster will keep it 19 to shoot, 5:12 to play here in the fourth. Lopez triggers, Dada, touch pass to Dada. Now come for McCormick. Float back to Jack Dada. Over his head, he'll dribble back toward the top of the key and swing to McCormick. Float corner Encarnacion, 3 away, front rim no, Pettipit the rebound. Under 5 minutes to play here in the fourth, 41-32. Drive, lane, short of the mark. Petitpit's follow, swatted down by Lopez, and he begins to run the floor with McCormick. Spins, misses, and Encarnacion gets the follow-on finish.
That's better.
And Coach Kevin Crutchfield spends the timeout. 4:39 to play in the fourth quarter as Leominster advances its lead to 43-32.
And that's better basketball. In just the last, 90 seconds, you've been seeing having an understanding of where your teammates are, helping them finish when you have an errant, pass or you have an errant shot. Those are the types of things that have been hallmarks of this Leominster offense, and we just haven't seen it consistently. Again, they're incredibly talented from, up and down the lineup. Right now, they're just not showing it consistently.
Kate, I don't disagree with you. The consistency and the tempo. All of a sudden, there was tempo, and that's what we just felt in that last 90 seconds.
One of the other things that one might notice as well, that Fitchburg game. Fitchburg set the cadence. They set the tempo all night long. Leominster has not been consistently setting the tempo on any of their games. They've been allowing their opposition, whether they be better than them, whether they be equal to them, whether they be, not playing as well as Leominster has been. Leominster has not been setting the tempo in these games. They've essentially been, it's kind of like a ballroom dance. They've been letting the other team lead the ballroom dance back and forth here. And right now, if they want to be successful, if they want to be playing their best basketball, they need to be the ones setting the lead in the dance out on the floor.
There is another possession arrow issue at the table by mutual agreement of the officials and the benches. They are going to flip the arrow back in the other direction.
Don't see this often.
Frustration boiling over. 4:39 to play in the fourth. Officials are doing a phenomenal job.
They are.
A young, quality crew of officials here. Good to see at a time where obviously all you hear about is issues with finding officials. Two young, up-and-coming, I would say quality officials here in Central Mass that have been managing this one tonight, Kate.
Knowledgeable, competent, the hustle. I'm pleased.
Professional.
Yep.
Encarnacion gets it up on the rim, does not go. Follow on Lopez. He roars. Basket good plus a foul.
That's foul number 6 on the Colonials, so Leominster will be in the bonus from here on out. Lopez has been pretty good from the line all night. He's had a few trips. We're gonna have
with just the and one, Roderick can check in for Tonelli, so they'll make the trade-off. And now Lopez waits at the line, looking to finish 3 the old-fashioned way. Got that one to go. 46-32. Leominster comes with the full court trap pressure. Coming up post-game, Leominster head coach Kevin Crutchfield joins us here at our courtside broadcast position.
That's better intensity.
Swing and deflection. Lopez didn't like the return whistle, but it is in fact a foul. The body contact came below the ball, and that will send Christopher to the line to shoot 2.
Now both teams will be in the bonus from here on out.
4:11 to play in the fourth. 46-32, Leominster's advantage.
I'm liking the intensity on defense from this Blue Devil team in the last 90 seconds to 2 minutes of the game.
Sophomore Christopher hits the finish on opportunity number 1. 46-33. And the follow-on will go as well. 2 of 2 on the trip for Christopher. 46-34, halfway through this fourth quarter. Dada looking for Dada, and it gets deflected into the front row. 4:05 to play in the fourth quarter. Lopez to handle the inbound right at the Leominster bench. Gets it right back from McCormick. Door was closed. Lopez hung on to the ball and got it out to Jack Dada.
It's like the RPO.
Indeed.
Fake the give and keep it to yourself.
Jack Dada gets it back from Encarnacion, then out to the half circle. Drop back to Dada. Entry. Lopez sees Encarnacion down the lane. Can't get the finish. One of few misses tonight for Encarnacion on an open opportunity. Jumper for Jack Christopher. The three will not go. Got his own rebound on a long kick. Now finds Handley. Jumper in the right wing, and it goes. Timeout immediately taken by the Colonials and Coach Adrian Machado. 3:26 to play in the fourth quarter. It's 46-34.
They have not put that up on the board, however. They gave him a 2.
It was a 2. He was well inside of the right wing.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. The table was indicating, was it a 3?
Yeah.
But no, it was definitely 2. He was a good step in from the right wing corner. 46-36. Leominster's lead is 10. And somehow, Kate, in a 46-36 game here in the fourth quarter, and the way things have progressed, it feels tenuous at best.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the reason that it feels tenuous is we've seen Leominster have a 10-point lead and evaporate in an instant. Right now, because I'm assuming turnover is quite high, because we've seen, sloppy play, particularly when the both teams have been on offense tonight. As you said, even a double-digit lead is tenuous because neither team has taken this game kind of by the reins and controlled the pace, controlled the cadence, controlled the scoring. And so with 3:26 remaining here in the game, that's a lot of time. And right now, it's up for grabs.
Teetering on an edge. 3:26 to play in the fourth. 46-36. Leominster with the basketball, +10 as they cross half court from right to left.
And right now, Leominster, if you're the coaching staff for Leominster, it's about take control of this game. Make a statement. Be definitive.
McCormick, Encarnacion, Dada, back to McCormick. McCormick, drive, looking for Lopez, and Lopez skidded on the floor there as the neon green let him down.
I don't necessarily think that the pass was tremendously accurate. That was kind of like if you're throwing on the back shoulder of your receiver. That's kind of
hope they can
what
make
you
the
saw
adjustment in progress. Hannum steps up for the 3 and hits.
He has been a problem.
7 points the lead once again, 46-39, 2:45 to play in the fourth. The bounce entry, Lopez, Encarnacion, back out for Dada. Right back to Jack Dada in the corner from McCormick. Now McCormick dribbles back to the top of the key. Works a little move with Justin Dada, finds Encarnacion, opens up a McCormick 3, and rattles it in.
And that's what you need. You need somebody like McCormick to step up here. He's been masterful at times throughout the season, and you need a statement from some of your veteran leadership like Terrence McCormick to come through right now.
2:08 to play in the fourth. The Leominster lead is 10 once again. This is Hannum. Hannum with the left wing 3. That won't go. Battle for the rebound. Cross the line and out of play. Last touch by Shrewsbury. It's Leominster basketball. Post-game coming up at the conclusion of action here on RFM. We've got Leominster head coach Kevin Grutchfield joining us at our courtside broadcast position tonight. Break this one down and preview action ahead for senior night against Bedford now on Thursday, February the 16th. 6:45 is our countdown to tip-off, followed closely thereafter at 7 with the action here, streaming on RFM via YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. Senior night ceremony likely will begin probably close to our 6:45 beginning of stream, so we'll look forward to that action as well. Coach Machado well out onto the floor, the official trying to push him back off the floor. 9 to shoot. This is Hawes with a lane down the left wing, does not go. Encarnacion's follow on the right baseline. Got fouled, tried to push the shot to the rim. It's short, but Encarnacion has 2 shots, 87 seconds left in regulation.
Leominster now in the bonus. That is 7 fouls for Shrewsbury in the second half.
And that one will not go for Encarnacion.
Not a lot of arc on that. Coach Machado doing a lot of air traffic control over there. He is moving bodies around. He is moving chess pieces around left and right.
Young team at its core. This is a Shrewsbury team that with years of action will continue to get better. Encarnacion goes 0 of 2 on the trip, still at 49-39. Pettipit in the lane, doesn't go. Tonelli across the line, makes contact with the ball, out of play. Osafo looked like he was making it back into the game. Instead, it's Nate Nardella, the senior, who will check in. As will Cam Zahir, who got the start tonight, but has had limited action on the floor. Full court pressure here from the Colonials. Leominster breaks. Jack Donna with the basketball.
Need some help.
Yeah, swing back for Hawes, then McCormick, now over to Justin Donna. Final 1:08 to play in the fourth quarter.
A lot of pressure.
Indeed. And the foul given in a triple team by the Colonials. Nardella steps in to give. 1:04 to play here in the fourth. 49-39.
We got the 1-and-1. Leominster in the bonus once again. 8 fouls for. They just put it back down to 7. What do we have? Do I have that right? It's probably going to say 6.
It does.
Yeah, shocker.
It says 7-6 on the board right now.
Crushing it.
Oh, on the Colonial side, Katie, it said 8, and now it says 9, so you can back that down a couple.
Oh, my goodness.
1, because they put 8 back up on the board.
I'm just going to ignore it.
Just ignore it at this point. 49-39.
Nope, check again. Check the. They just put up another point. Foul shot, first foul shot, one for Dada.
50-39, yes. And then that one will roll as well. Jack Dada back-to-back. 51-39. Horn on the make for a last-minute substitute. 51-39, Leominster's advantage. The good news, Kate, is that the second half performance has far exceeded the first half performance for Leominster, and they certainly proved they have the offense.
Yes.
They were able to make up the gap in distance. It was not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. It was not playoff caliber,
it's not commanding,
but it is better than it was, and that is, I think, the little bit of progress that you got to take one step at a time. As Hawes gets the completely missed shot, Jack Dada completes the long one down floor, and McCormick the uncontested lay-in. 53-39. 15-second differential, shot clock and game clock. Leominster with the reach in on the steal. And the foul will be the 7th whistled against Leominster, a 1-and-1 opportunity for the Colonials. And Jackson Hanley, the sophomore, goes to the line. Sam Banshee, who was in at the last whistle, now comes out on the 1-and-1. Max Perez in the sophomore takes a spot as Coach Machado continues to play a rotation that is
it's like a carousel.
About 10 or 11 deep.
Yeah.
Hanley's front end of the 1-and-1 does not go. Hawes the rebound. Foul given immediately by Jack Christopher. 42 3/10 left in the fourth. Hawes will trot down floor. Free throw opportunities in the offing.
The foul fest has begun. Here we go.
Foul to extend the game is the strategy that is left available to Coach Machado. Personnel continues to move around the floor. Hawes at the line, 1-and-1 opportunity. Gets the front end, 54-39. Leominster looking to close it out, and Hawes can do that here. Sporting the Spumoni high tops.
Oh, my goodness.
Not able to get that one to go. Tonelli the rebound. Here comes Hanley. Hanley with the drive, right hand shot, rim no good. Tapped rebound Tonelli, follow on, that will go down, and Coach Machado will spend the timeout, stop the clock. 28 2/10 left here in the fourth. 54-41.
Bye, Coach.
And some folks head toward the exit to beat the traffic on their way out of this one. The chase for 1,000 continues this week as Justin Donna continues to try to join this 1,000-point club here in Leominster. Headed by Lauren Hatfield, the first Leominster basketball athlete to do it back in 1988, 1,162. And then Kerry Conway, Lindsay Delakiai, Ryan Turbide in the class of 2011 was the first boys basketball player to do it with 1,136 career points. He is the all-time leading scorer in boys basketball history here in Leominster. Quinn O'Connell and Riley Skinner were the next two to do it in 2014 and 2018 respectively. O'Connell with 1,051 points for her career, Skinner with 1,154. And Dada would like to join that group tonight. He started 19 away. He has scored low just 4 points by our tally. 985 for his career and still 15 away from joining that 1,000-point group. Up floor, it's Hawes. Gets fouled immediately by Hannum, and Hawes will go to the line. And again, we'll qualify that conversation as, of course, it's a great time to get to honor some phenomenal basketball players here in Leominster history. It is not easy to get 1,000 points in your varsity basketball career. It means you've got to be a 4-year varsity athlete and be on about a 200-plus point a year, 250 point a year pace. That is not easy by any stretch of the imagination, as the foul becomes a 2-shot foul on the 10th whistled against Shrewsbury as they are at the team limit. Hawes missed the front end, 17 3/10 left in this fourth quarter. So Dada is chasing something that is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. And Kate, as the games go by and this record continues to weigh on him, it gets harder and harder and harder because instinctively you are starting to feel that less and less and less games are in front of you to be able to add in your senior season.
Yes, but I mean, even if he gets, 4 points a game.
Petapit's lay-in will go, despite the contact from Hawes. 2 seconds, go one, and this one's in the books. Final score here from the gym at Leominster High School. Leominster closes out a win, their 9th on the season, by a 55-43 mark. Leominster improves to 9-7. Shrewsbury falls to 4-13. Kate?
Yes.
For Shrewsbury, they will continue their action ahead with St. John's, their crosstown rival, due up this Friday, February the 17th, the 7:30 tip-off, and that is at the Fieldhouse in Shrewsbury. So that action ahead for Coach Adrian Machado's bunch as they'd like to close out their regular season pre-tournament with a little enthusiasm.
Indeed.
Meanwhile, on the other side of things for Leominster, it's back to action against Bedford on Thursday, February 16th. We'll have that action for you here on RFM, live at 6:45 with our countdown to tip-off, 7 o'clock. The tip-off follows on senior night. We'll have that action for you on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch here on RFM on Thursday. Our friends at Leominster TV will join us in delay for follow-on action of that one. The chase for 1,000 continues as Justin Dada now has career 985, and he is 15 away from joining the 1,000-point club. I want to thank Bradley Bedard from Leominster TV being here tonight, bringing you the action from high above courtside here in delay tonight. Bill Thomas on assignment before Kate Robbins here courtside. I am Todd Robbins, saying so long to those of you joining us on Leominster TV tonight. And for those of you that are joining us live here on RFM, stick and stay with us. Coach Kevin Grutchfield joins us at our courtside broadcast position next. Once again, our final score, Leominster 55 and Shrewsbury 43. Blue Devils with their 9th win on the year. They are 9-7. Colonials 4-13 with the loss tonight. More to come here on RFM. This is high school basketball right here. Stay with us. Back to our courtside broadcast position. Todd Robbins alongside Coach Kevin Crutchfield. Post a Leominster win tonight, 55-43 here inside the gym at Leominster High School. And Coach, this was a night that we'll say started slow, like exceedingly slow, probably for your liking. Maybe somewhere around the middle to latter part of the third quarter.
Right.
Your offense and the command of the game that your team had that you knew was possible. And this is sort of what we were talking about on the broadcast. None of this is out of the realm or beyond your capability. The team has all of that capability. They have the ability to produce the offense. We know it. There's plenty of examples of it.
Right.
It just took somewhere into that mid to latter stages of the third to finally see them take command and pull away.
And this is the defense that Shrewsbury threw at us when we were at their place. Very effective, because not only do they have a strong, quick kid denying Jay the ball, but their other people that are in a diamond are so active that it really it's a struggle for us to get open shots. So it really took 3 quarters for us to settle down, move the ball, get the ball inside, and then hit the open guy. We were lucky to get out of here with a win. Our shooting woes continue, our free throw woes continue. But all we can do is just get back to work tomorrow and try to get better.
We talked about it a little bit in the broadcast, and that is probably the one key thing you can do is keep shooting.
Yeah.
You know, you can't stop. The more you take, it increases your percentage. Hopefully, in the long run, you just keep shooting, and hopefully the shots started to fall, which we certainly saw in the fourth quarter, where the shots finally started to go in on a consistent basis.
We, and we take a ton of shots in practice. We've been practicing free throws night and day since these woes started. I can't explain why we're pressing. I think we've had some success, over the last couple of years, and we're not used to this kind of adversity. So people are really. I had to call a timeout just to tell them to stop putting so much pressure on themselves. You can see it, and it helped a little bit. But this is the defense we're going to see. Everybody gets film of us. Everybody knows what Jay does. They're going to deny him the ball. We're going to see this Thursday night, I'm sure. So we just got to make our shots and make our free throws, and we'll be okay. And
that, I think, is sort of the key to all of this. And we talked about this, of course, after the last game against Fitchburg, and obviously again here. The opportunities are there.
Right.
It's the finish. The ball just has to fall through the hoop.
Right.
And that is sort of the one last thing. And if that was going on, probably a lot of this we wouldn't notice. It would be things that were happening maybe, but wouldn't be as obvious if you didn't see it on the scoreboard.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours, right?
Sure.
When you're not doing well in one area and you let it affect you, then the other parts of your game suffer. Our turnovers have been high. Like I said, free throws. So we gotta stop putting so much pressure on ourselves. We're starting to settle down on a good rotation. We're getting a lot of contributions from the younger guys. We'll be fine. We get some games coming up that I'm really curious to see how we do against top competition.
I refuse to do an entirely gloom and doom interview, so we're going to talk about the spark you've been having, and that is with this rotation you've been talking about with these younger players, whether it's some of your swing players swinging up from JV, or somebody like Jaden Johnson, who since you've started using him on a regular basis has been this sort of spark and fire, and maybe it's sort of youthful exuberance leads to youthful ignorance.
Right.
They have no idea what's going on, and that is the most blissful thing in the world. They just go out and play and kind of pull these upperclassmen out of their shell a little bit.
You couldn't have not explained it any better. It's like with Jack Dada and with Jaden and with Osiris tonight. They don't get nervous. They're having fun. They're going out there. They're not pressing, and they're making their shots, and they're loving any opportunity they get. Whereas the other guys are putting so much pressure on themselves, they're zapping the fun out of the whole experience, So it's great to see that, and that's going to help us next year because these sophomores become juniors, so it's great getting contributions from everybody.
And that is what you will hope to continue to do. Preview of Bedford ahead. It'll be the first time we'll see them here at the gym at Leominster High School. What can you sort of tell us in comparison to other programs we've seen more on the regular?
So they're 14-3. They're very athletic. They've got a couple of guys that can really score slashers, like to penetrate. They can shoot threes. They're a good team. They get a big that's going to be a problem. So we have our work cut out for us. They're going to give us everything they have. So we're going to have to play well to beat them, but we're playing them at home, and that's good.
Also known as another night for Leominster basketball this season.
Yes.
The work is in front of them. Coach Kevin Crutchfield joining us after a 55-43 win tonight here on RFM. Coach, thank you as always. Off to the family. Thank you so much.
Fam, we'll see you in a couple minutes.
All right,
Thank
Coach,
you.
Thank you. 55-43. Leominster picks up the win in this one and improves themselves to 9-7 as they get themselves closer and closer to the number they need in order to guarantee their postseason appearance this season. Kate Robbins rejoins me here for a final word, and Kate, you got an opportunity to hear Coach's thoughts at the conclusion of this one, and again, it's the keep playing, keep shooting, keep doing it, and again, I don't want people to misread sort of how we looked at this one as negativity, because it's not.
No.
It's confusion and confounding more than anything else when you've been here to watch as many games as we have this year, or out on the road with them watching as many games as we have this year. It's more confounding than it is at all sort of a negative approach. It's trying to figure out, where have you gone, and how do we get you back to where you were? And you heard Coach talk about it. There is a little bit to that youth, hopefully pulling these upperclassmen back into the joy of the game.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you're dealing with the sports psychology aspect of athletics. This is where this team, in anticipation for this season, they are veteran-laden. They have incredible veterans, as Coach Kevin Crutchfield had discussed at the beginning of the season. They came out with an incredible swagger for the first several weeks of the season. And right now, it's the sports psychology aspect of things. You can see the tightening. You can see the seriousness. You can see the quicksand. And right now, a win tonight hopefully will help. You saw flashes of what we had seen in the earliest portions of the season. Our confounded nature, more than anything, is a compliment to what we know what this team is capable of. This is not a situation where we are being critical of the play just across the board. This is a critique based upon what we know this team is capable of. And the coaches are also very aware of the capabilities of this team, and so it's the coaching staff's job. This is that idea of shaking up the lineup. To use a bat ball reference, they are trying to shake up the lineup, not to be not to admonish, not to cause any type of harm or as a punishment for those seniors, but to just give them a spell and just not put the entire 4 quarters of the basketball game squarely on their shoulders, because the tightness is palpable. And right now, I don't know if some of them need a sports psychologist to come in, to help out in that department. But this is truly an enormous aspect of the game, the psychology of the game, and this can be at times the most confounding part, because this isn't a physical problem. This isn't, a learning problem. This is a psychological situation right now.
Well, and how do you distinguish the difference between why can some younger athletes maintain it and see it and sort of ignore everything else that's going on, and some seniors can't, and that is simply the seniors can read the schedule. They know that senior night is Thursday. They know they've only got so many games left in their career. The walls are starting to feel like they're closing in on them. Whereas if you're a freshman or sophomore, the walls are wide open. You're at the beginning of your race. Whereas if you're seniors, you're seeing the finish line.
I will agree with that sentiment as well. But having gone through the process with a few teams as a player and as a coach, you have this situation as a player. The idea of youthful exuberance, it really is. It is true. When you have the opportunity to be on a varsity squad and you're going through something for the first time or maybe even the second time, this is a situation where you don't necessarily understand all aspects of what are going on. And I'll give you a for instance. These junior and senior leaders here on this team, these are the people that coaching staffs rely on. They are read in on a lot of situations. When you get into, senior captaincies, junior and senior leadership on a team, you're read into a lot from the coaches, because you are, you're an extension of that coaching staff. And freshmen and sophomores, or even a junior who is a first-time varsity player, this is a situation where, like, okay, what time's practice? Okay, what time do you want me to be at the game? Okay, what how many games do we have to win? Okay, who are we playing tomorrow? You're doing it a day at a time. coaching staffs and the veteran leadership, they can see, they can read the tea leaves as to what's going on, and it may not necessarily just be like, I only have X amount of games left in my career. It's just they understand the gauntlet that is in front of them, and they are they are acutely aware. They are the heartbeat of the team. They're acutely aware of every aspect of what's going on, and that can be a lot when you're a student athlete. So because I know even going up from the high school ranks to the college ranks, all of a sudden you go back to not having any information and no one's reading you in on anything, and you're like, wait a minute, I thought I was special. And it can be very jarring, both ways. And so it can be difficult, and it's not an easy situation, especially like you said, if this is your senior year, if this might be your final season, unless you're playing a spring season. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of thinking. It's a lot to place on the shoulders of somebody. I'm talking a lot too.
No, you're fine. No, and the perspective, and Coach has talked a little bit about this as well on post-game interviews throughout the year when he's trying to kind of wrest his seniors out of this, and that is the perspective that can be gained when you get a chance to sort of get out of the game and sit over there on the bench in a fashion that is not punitive like you were talking about, but to sit there and just
see somebody having fun,
see the game, understand the greater story that's going on, and that I think certainly has a lot of value as well, and that is sort of the search that Leominster will have, and that search continues with Bedford coming up on Thursday. Leominster wins tonight. Final score 55-43 on this Valentine's Day night. So many ways to play here on RFM. Facebook.com/Media Rivalry, YouTube.com/C/Rivalry Family Media, and Twitch.tv/Media Rivalry. You pick your favorite smart-enabled device and your favorite digital media app. Pair those two items together. You like, follow, and subscribe. When our content goes live, it finds you. You can't get a better deal than that. Best stories and updates and all the compounded media from around Central Mass available at Media Rivalry on Twitter, along with schedule updates and action ahead, as well as links to game coverage as well.
So I guess we'll be here Thursday.
Indeed, we will. There's no guess. We will be here for senior night on Thursday, and it is coming up on Thursday night. And again, you are going to forgive and ignore the fact that this graphic has the previous date on it. It was Friday, February 17th, now moved to Thursday, February 16th, because of the way the schedule has played out. It will be Leominster and Bedford, 6:45 our pre-show and 7 o'clock the tip-off. Senior night presentation will begin somewhere between 6:45 and 6:50. Live streaming on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch right here, RFM Basketball. The postseason is on the horizon. We've got that action ahead for you. Mid-watch tournament in front of that. Coming up on Monday at 6 o'clock. We'll have that action for you, and we'll get you more information as the week comes ahead. And then Coach said it. He said that favorite phrase we just love to hear. I know there are athletes out there just dying for the following phrase to become part of their daily activities. You know what that is, Kate? The spring is just around the corner, and we'll have spring action for you. Baseball, softball, and boys and girls lacrosse all right here.
We get a few weeks off, though,
on RFM. Yes, we do. Not many, though, but all right here on RFM. Final here on Valentine's Day night from the gym at Leominster High School. Blue Devils 55, Shrewsbury Colonials 43. Leominster's 9-7, Shrewsbury 4-13. We thank you all so very much for being a part of our family tonight and spending a little part of your Valentine's Day with us. Until Thursday night here on RFM, for Kate Robbins, I am Todd Robbins saying thank you so very much for being with us. And until Thursday, so long, everybody.